Hello everyone. Let us today know what is double refraction. It is one special phenomenon in optics and it is exhibited by some special crystalline structures like quartz, calcite, etc. In case of refraction at glass, something like this happens. The one ray is incident and it will be bent and it will go closer to the normal, right? And the refractive index is given by sin I by sin R, right? And for one incident ray, there will be one refracted ray. This is ordinary refraction. But in case of double refraction, one incident ray is there and there will be two refracted rays from the same incident ray. Okay, and that is exhibited by quartz, calcite, etc. Suppose this is one unpolarized light falling on this calcite piece and it is undergoing refraction. It is seen that it will be split up into two parts. One part, one ray will be obeying the laws of reflection and refraction, that is called ordinary ray. The other part will not be obeying ordinary laws of refraction and reflection, and that will be called extraordinary ray. And in addition, both are found to be plane polarized and their plane of polarization are found to be at right angles to each other. So if the plane of polarization of one is into the plane of the board, then for the other one it is parallel to the plane of the board. So this is double refraction. Okay, and correspondingly we have two different refractive indices for the same crystal. For quartz, the refractive index of ordinary ray is smaller than that of the extraordinary ray. For calcite, the case is just the opposite. Okay, ordinary ray will have a refractive index greater than that of extraordinary ray, and accordingly the direction of the two rays will be decided. Okay, so this is what double refraction, and you can understand it very clearly by looking at these two diagrams. Suppose this is one glass slab and this is one slab made of calcite. Okay, for glass slab, the letters after refraction will be seen like this. For the calcite slab, the letters after refraction will be seen like this. Here two images will be formed out of one original object. Okay, and that is because of double refraction. Because there are two refracted rays, so you will be getting two images for each and every object. Okay, so this is double refraction. Now let us come to how we use this property for studying optics. Okay, now for using this special property of double refraction, what we do, that ordinarily a piece of calcite, suppose, is found in this form. Approximately they are angles of the angles between different planes and edges, they are like this. If this angle is 78 degree 5 minutes, then this will be equal to this one, then again to this one, then this one and this one. Okay, and this angle is 101 degree 55 minutes and this is equal to this one, this one, this one and this one. Okay, so this is ordinary piece of calcite which is found quite almost naturally when it is cleaved from one raw kind of calcite crystal. Okay, so because it is crystalline, so roughly their angles are like this. The angles between the different faces are like this. And for our use, when we want to use them, use calcite or quartz, then what we do for calcite, just imagine one plane ABCD like this. Okay, so that this angle BAD is 71 degrees. So we cut one piece of the material along this direction. Okay, and then that piece is used for analyzing and polarizing some unpolarized light. Okay, and suppose this cut piece is like represented here. The original angle is 71 degree. This is 71 degree. Okay, then again additionally for our use purpose, what we do, again the one small slice is cut off like this, so that the final angle between these two surfaces or edges becomes 68 degree. And then after that, this is ready for use. as polarizer or analyzer. Okay, for analyzing and polarizing different kinds of unpolarized and other polarized lights. Okay. Now let us come to the idea of optic axis. What is optic axis? It is one particular direction in case of some doubly refracting crystals, along which if you allow the incident ray to fall, then there will be no double refraction. That means if this is the direction of optic axis, suppose for this calcite crystal, okay, then if you allow the incident ray to fall along this direction, then you cannot see two rays in the refracted part. Okay, only one ray will be there. So this is the idea of optic axis, and this happens because of the crystalline nature of these doubly refracting materials. And there are sometimes more than one such kind of directions. If the crystal has only one such direction, then that is called uniaxial crystal. If it has two such directions, then it will be called biaxial crystal. Okay, so this is the idea of optic axis, and optic axis is always contained by this plane. That means this optic axis will be on this particular surface, and this is called the principal section of the crystal, and that is here the principal section is ABCD, and this contains the optic axis always. And this the condition is also satisfied that this angle is initially 71, then finally cut off to 68 degree. Okay. Now let us come to the idea of Nicol prism. What is Nicol prism? It is made up of calcite crystal. Take one calcite crystal, then in this rhombohedral form, then make two pieces of it, and then what is done? One special material called Canada balsam is used to paste the two cut half again, and this is actually used as one adhesive, and it has got a refractive index of 1.55. For what purpose it is used? It is used to get rid of the ordinary part of the refracted ray. Now here we know our idea is that we had originally unpolarized light, and finally we are left out with only one plane polarized light, and the angle of incidence is made in such a way that this ordinary ray is totally internally reflected, and we get only finally the extraordinary ray. Okay, and this happens because, see, the refractive index of Canada balsam is 1.5, and for calcite the refractive index of ordinary ray is 1.65. That means it is moving from denser to rarer media, and if the angle of incidence is greater than critical angle, it will be reflected totally, right? And usually that angle of incidence is maintained because of this particular structure of the Nicol prism made out of the calcite crystal. Okay.